So I'm here with Roger Parlett, who was the Ford engineer in 1967, and tell us your story here about your car. What is this that we have right here?
This was the first article in Hot Rod magazine that, after encouragement from a dealership, Tasca Ford, they challenged Ford to do a better job producing performance cars. And so they invited all their readers to send a letter to Henry Ford complaining about the lack of performance. What nobody imagined was that 2,100 people wrote a letter to Henry Ford complaining about their cars. And so that caused a minor panic, I guess you would say. So Henry Ford contacted Iacocca and said, dig into this. We need to find out what's going on here.
So then this article, and I'm trying to go slow so people can decide where they want to stop, if they want to read it.
Yeah, Tasca went into quite a bit of detail on what they had created in a car that was quicker than what was in production, but as would later be determined, they did some things to their car that weren't production feasible.
Got it. All right, and then this letter here.
Then this letter sent to Iacocca from engineering outlined what Ford is going to do to try and improve the performance, street performance of their cars. It talked about the 428 Cobra Jet. It also talked about the 429 coming later.
So this is a misprint here.
Yep. Yeah.
And then they got it right. And then they got it right, and then they misprinted it there.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
That has been discussed heavily on the internet, and there really was no 429 available at that time, or a 427 at that time.
There's the actual letter. Got it. Okay, and then
Then when the 50 cars were almost ready to be built, or a few of them were built, engineering wanted to contact the race group under Mr. Pasino and tell them that these 50 cars have some problems. They've got rear wheel hop, they've got excessive engine oil temperatures, and that some of the refinement in the carburetor and clutch have yet to be worked out. So engineering was basically saying, we need to get these things right to be competitive with Camaro.
Got it. And then this article came out from Hot Rod magazine later, talking about the Jet Set, which is what your car looked like. Now that's what it looked like with the original rims on it.
Yes, correct. Now, this article was written just after the first 50 cars were built. And they got a car to the editor of Hot Rod and took him for a ride, and he was really impressed with how quick the car was. He also commented that it was extremely noisy because they had taken so much sound package out of the car trying to reduce weight that it if I remember right, he said it sounded like driving in an oil drum.
Got it.
Now you see here the headers are shown, and Ford did not have the exhaust manifolds ready for those 50 cars.
Okay.
Because everything was being rushed so heavily. And that's what my car has on it, is still the 390 exhaust manifolds. But anyway, at that point, when engineering said we've got to do something about fixing these problems, Pasino agreed to hold back one of the 50 cars to work on problem resolution. And my car, car 32, was the one that was held back. So my car spent 6 months in a development program.
Now, you were with your car, so to speak, every day for those 6 months. I mean, it was, that was your area of work.
No, I was not in the race group, so to speak, but I was in the same building.
Right.
And so I was always been a performance, person. I was following the progress on the car as much as I could without getting in trouble with my boss.
Right. So what is this here?
Now,
it says Cougar Mustang performance car.
Yes. When engineering had put together a Cobra Jet engine, the vehicle office said the car has to run 14 seconds, quarter miles, for us to give program approval.
Okay.
So this document is about 6 pages.
I see 1351, 1374.
We had a straightaway at the proving grounds.
Yeah.
And so we were measuring the performance on numerous cars, including the Tasca car.
Which is right here.
Yeah.
And then you kept their motor.
Yeah. Yeah,
You say, hey, thanks for giving us your motor.
Tasca kept saying this is a stock 428 engine with a few modifications we've done, and why can't you equate this performance?
Yeah.
And so engineering was not happy.
There's the GTO and Firebird 400.
And so
there's the 396 Camaro.
And so we told them, okay, we want to tear down your engine in detail. So you better just give us the engine. We want to make sure what you've got here.
So tell me about this Cobra Jet program here. The one I'm looking at, this one right here.
Okay, well, this outlines any variation in the 50 cars that needs to be explained to the public. In other words, what kind of clutch, what kind of transmission, what axle, what air cleaner, things along those lines.
Yeah. Great.
Now, one of the interesting things is this air cleaner.
Yeah.
This air cleaner actually held up production for 2 weeks.
Really?
Because they were all scrambling for parts.
Okay.
And they at the last minute they said, we don't have enough parts to do this. So that delayed things a little bit.
Here's this telegram in 68, 116. So here we are, the controller's office in Dearborn.
Yeah.
And this is sending the cars out, correct?
Yeah. Okay, the 50 cars were built in December of 67.
Yeah.
And this telegram outlines where the 50 cars were going.
And there's yours.
Basic. Yeah, mine is...
Which means yours was in the stock vehicle department.
Yeah, mine was kept in engineering, so to speak, or the race group. All the others were sent to dealers.
Yeah.
And they were all destined to become race cars, drag race cars.
And here's your window sticker.
Yeah, I bought the car as a used car, technically. And...
did they give you a break?
Oh, yeah.
There you
go. It only cost $2,393.
So you got a huge break.
If I remember right.
Yeah. Well, that was nice of them to take care of you, right? And then here's you. With your date of sale, there's number 32. Oh, this is great. There's your cost. So, all right, we'll give you this one for this. And there's your vehicle certification out of Michigan, out of the headquarters. And then here's your owner's manual. If you come here, and of course, any good engineer's gonna make sure he has it all detailed out. There's number 32. And this is some of the details from that car at that time frame. Wow. Well, that's our extended trunk and treats for those of you who like that kind of thing.